Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Srimad Bhagavad Gita as it is ki jai, Granthra Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki jai, Shri Nectar of Devotion ki jai, Shri Nitai God Chandra Premanande, Hari Hari Bol. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. So, welcome everyone. And today we are concluding our Vrindavan Dham Yatra. The last day, devotees will share their last day's memories, remembrances of realizations, anything they would like to share. And I think Devanshi Mata is traveling by air, so she is not able to connect online to us. She is going to write as and when she can, or in our WhatsApp group for the intermediate level. Hare Krishna. Who would like to start, please? Please feel free. Hare Krishna. Others can join in.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Thank you, His Grace Amish Prabhuji, Hare Grace Purna Prima Devi Dasi Mataji, and His Grace Krishna Samarpan Krishna Prabhuji, for giving us chance to share our realization and be a part of the Yatra first. So, for the last day, we were covering the temples, like the important temples in Vrindavan. We covered Shri Radha Govind Dev Ji, then uh, Shri Radha Gopinath Ji, Govind Dev Ji. These two, as far as I can remember. So we started with Shri Radha Govind Dev Ji. There we go there, and the time was running again because at 12:30 every temple closes in Vrindavan. Most of the temple closes there. So we went there, and it was very powerful temple, Radha Govind Dev Ji. Like, we were fortunate to get the prasadam there. And then Prabhuji was telling again the past time, like how big the temple used to be. It is all two floors are left now. So from there we were going to Radha Ramanji, and I can remember we were going there, and at some turn there was a squirrel. Squirrel was dead. Some auto rickshaw or some vehicle might have gone through it. So the squirrel was lying there, and Prabhuji paid the obeisances and pranam to the squirrel. I could remember, like, I was behind it, and I could remember that point. Then we went to Radha Ramanji, and again, like, due to the we can say rush, we were not able to get inside. It was the third attempt. Like, last year, we made two attempts there, and this was the third, and we could not get the darshan at Radha Ramanji. And Prabhuji told us, like, it is the original deities are there in Radha Ramanji. And the passage is narrow, that's why the rush is very much. And when we were waiting there around 12, so the put part of the temple were closed, and the red signal was there, and many people were moving out. And Prabhuji told us ki not many knows ki those are but are closed for the bhogas and other thing. It will open again at 12:30 or some time. So we were waiting there, but then Prabhuji asked me to go to Radha Gopinath ji and ask the timings. So I was going there and asking timings to locals. Some were saying 12:30, some were 12:15, some was 12:45. So I thought I should go to the temple only and ask the timing. And when I was coming back asking the timing, all the devotees are almost the halfway. So there we went to Radha Gopinath ji, and we had very wonderful darshan. Like, almost the whole temple was empty. So we did chanting there, and there was the pujari. Then he was telling us the pastimes, how the three main temples were there: Govind Dev Ji, Madan Mohan Ji, and Gopinath Ji. They never sank. Like, no matter how much the Yamuna overflows or something, they never, like, the temple kabhi डूबते नहीं है. Even I remember, like, last year, the Yamuna was overflowing so much that even in my village, people were living on the first floor. Ground floor पे पूरा पानी था. Uh, but the temples वो कभी नहीं रुकते हैं. Madan Mohan ji is on very height. So then he was telling us the importance of the temple, like the uh, Vigraha, the Shila. He was saying ki it's not carved out of regular stone. It is carved out of Girraji, that is Krishna himself, the Govardhan hill. So the deities are Krishna himself. And many other points he was telling, very, very important things. And then again he said ki you were reading all the things and doing all the things, but we don't need to do all those things. Our bhav is there. And then while coming out of the temple, I asked Prabhuji the question, ki, like how we can understand. Unless we read, we don't have any knowledge. When we read, we only have knowledge. So Prabhuji answered that, like I was focusing on the point, ki Prabhuji was saying ki you are Brijvasi, you are already there. So I was like, ki even I don't know the importance of Brijvasis until I came here. And after years, we studied many things, then I can know a little importance, not even much importance of what we are, what knowledge we have. So Prabhuji said ki you will get that bhav one day when you will study nicely and with proper focus and devotion. If you will get to those points, but you have to do your own research and do your own personal sadhana. We can't imitate the things and we can't artificially go there ki, telling that we are getting that bhav. We can't. We have to study, and one day it will come for sure. You have to have that faith in the teachings. So that was my point. And after that, we went to the Jaipuriya Bhojnalaya, and we can't find the Bhojnalaya on the map. But without maps, we were able to navigate there, and we had our final lunch there. We were eating from many days in MVT and Govindas, and it was a whole different experience. Like there was no tables to sit, no person coming and taking order. The menu was fixed. We were sitting there and they were bringing us the things. So the service was very, very nice. And like so you were saying he is working since many years. He know what to like, how to serve and who will eat how much. He can tell by the expressions. The person was there. So it was very nice experience. Then after that, we were going to the local shops for shopping, and Pradyum Prabhu demanded Ras Malai or something when we were searching for that. And like the time was there, like around 6 or 7, Divyanshi Mataji had her train, and around 9 we had our train for going back. So we were anxious ki like how we'll have to go again from this place. Like the feeling from past 6 7 days, it was so wonderful. Like all of us no, never wanted to go, but we have to go. And the plan we had, like we had planned ki we'll do shopping and we'll go back to hotel and then we'll say the goodbye or the farewell. But we have to like in the Vrindavan only we have to get the autos and go, because अगर हम होटल जाते हैं वापस आते हैं then it will be very rush and we could miss our trains. So the last thing, like everyone was very, very emotional, and Prabhuji just said one thing, like the moment he hugged us, so it was very, very special for me. And I can remember one point that I carry in my heart till now. Prabhuji said ki earlier I was all alone, but now I have 4 hands and legs and you guys are there. So we have to take this mission forward and do whatever service we can do. There are no implications or there is no focus ki you have to do this. Whatever out of love you can do, you have to do. You should start a project. The focus that was there, and I carry it in me still there. And one point that Mataji said ki we don't need many people. You all are there. You will get married. Your team will be there. Your children will be there. So the group will get big eventually. And that was there. So all the teachings, all the association of the Dham, the importance of the Dham we get through association only. And I'm very much fortunate for the association. And that's how the last day was. Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you, all the devotees. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Thank you so much, His Grace Amrishpurji, Her Grace Purnabhadna Mataji, and His Grace Krishna Samarpan Krishna Prabhuji for having all this guidance and giving us so many precious moments that we can always cherish all the time. And uh, so from the last day, as Deepak Prabhuji covered that the first place we went to was Shri Radha Govind Devji Temple. And uh, we've been to the Govind Devji Temple that is in Jaipur because some of our relatives live in Jaipur. But it is very different when we go to these important places with devotees because many things we do not understand if we go on our own and we might commit offenses also. So uh, after Shishi Govind Dev Ji, we went to Shri Radha Raman temple, and for the third time we could not take darshan. And like Krishna has some other plans always. Like Krishna has some plans, and uh, the point that I understand that we have to be very quick and accurate in our decisions because the same thing happened in Ayodhya as well. If we had not, if Amrish Shoji had not taken fast decision and accurately, then we would have missed many things. So we were standing in Shri Radha Raman temple, the curtains were closed there, and Shri Radha Gopinathji temple were nearby. So we had to make a choice where we want to go. And it was very rushed and like it was very jam-packed at Shri Radha Raman temple. So Deepak Prabhuji went there and uh, then finally we went to Shri Radha Gopinath temple and and that temple no one was there, like literally it was just us devotees sitting in the hall of the temple. There was bhoga offering there and the temple was about to open, the altar was about to open at that time, and we were just sitting there and chanting there, and it was very peaceful, like whatever decision we made, it was the best decision that we could have done. And there were so many pastimes that the pujari were telling us about, and uh, many, like almost all of the things that the pujari told us went above my head, and I asked him Vishnuji later and he said that uh, it will be revealed to you when you progress in your devotion service, because there were many points that the pujari said. For example, he said that these are not deities. We could do not consider them deities. We consider them as Krishna. So I was very confused with this point. There were many points also. There were he was talking about the glories of people in Vraj, the Dham people there, and uh, after that we went for lunch at the Jaipuria Bhojanalaya that the Prabhuji told. So I remember that point there, and it was a very different experience that we had from ISKCON MBT and Govindas. We were eating for the last 4 5 days. So we were sitting down there, and people were coming us and serving them, and it was actually a good thing because we did not have to worry about our, like हमारा जो जूठा हाथ है, we are not touching this hand, those things, all those happening that in the restaurant, we do not touch that, we do not touch that, and it is very difficult. So this was very perfect that we do not have to touch anything, and they were serving us. This was a very good point that, and it we really liked that thing. And after we were finishing uh, our lunch. Amrish Ji had told this earlier, and we had this habit of like cleaning the entire plate. And the person who was there, and he was smiling there, and he was appreciating what we did because we did not uh, left any food there. We did not waste any food, and he appreciated that point. So and that was a very good thing. And uh, then we were there just walking in the lanes of Vrindavan. And Amrishji, I remember this point that he said that this is so nice that we are just walking in the lanes of Vrindavan. That's what we always want to do. And uh, we do all our hard work, we do all our jobs and our businesses all year round just to witness these moments and cherish these moments, these few days that we have with other devotees. And I thought like we'll be going to the hotel and then we'll be having a like good like talk and then we'll go there from the hotel itself. But uh, that could not happen. We were in the Vrindavan. I think we were in the Louis Bazaar, if I remember. And uh, at that time, we were going away, and I remember that there was like no one who could stop crying because we all know that these are very special moments. And even from the last time that I went, I had this thing in my mind that this might be the last time I meet Prabhuji. Like we do not know many things can happen at any time. So this is the most important thing that is happening to me right now. This was the thought that was in my mind when we were leaving, and it was very emotional for us. And the thing that I felt uh, like when Prabhuji were with us is that the shelter that we have with Avinash Roji and the shelter that we have with his guest Amrish Roji, I did not find any difference because Avinash Roji taught us that way. And I did not find any difference when Amrish Roji hugged us and when Avinash Roji hugged us when he came to Nagpur. And that is like a complete same shelter, like whatever instructions and whatever like the guidance and shelter that we feel, it is exactly the same that we have with his guest Avinash Roji. So it was very special to us, and it really felt like our family. And none of us wanted to go, but there is nothing we can do. We have to go. And I remember Prabhuji calling us again and again that if you have reached the station, me, Deepa, Prabhu, and Shushri Mataji went with Divyanshi Mataji because she had her train earlier and she was alone. So she, constantly Prabhuji were asking us if we had settled down properly or not. So all those things are very close to our heart, and all these moments we will cherish forever. So thank you so much, Prabhuji, for all these things and for accepting us and uh, having us with yourselves in the Dham Yatra. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Uh, Also, Prabhuji, I remember that Hare, I forgot that point that we went to Nidhivan also that day, and it was like really jam packed. Like we were just all of us were like squeezed, and we were separated in the lane also. And I remember that Krishna Prabhuji and Amrish Prabhuji were very protective of the Matajis because there was so many crowd and it was really very crowded. But still, we had that one space that we had last time. We sat there and for a very long time we did chanting there. So that was also a very different experience with us. Thank you so much, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you, His Grace Amish Prabhuji, our graceful Napagna Mataji, and His Grace Kashu Santan Krishna Prabhuji, for allowing us to share our realization, and thank you for making us a part of Dham Yatra. There are a lot of points covered by devotees, and the last day was very much difficult for us because we were thinking like now this is the last day, and I was discussing with Divyanshi Mataji that itne jaldi din chale gaye, and she was telling yes, this Mataji, we thought of like when we were in Ayodhya, now we have a lot of days when we go to Vrindavan Dham Yatra. When we were in Ayodhya, we were thinking about if Ayodhya is, we were listening, and when we were having conversation with Prabhuji, we have lot many days with us. But when it was the last day, we were thinking like why we want to leave this dham and why we want to leave all the devotees, why Amrish Prabhuji and Purnabhagna Mataji, Krishna Prabhu, they are going. And in the beginning of the 2 days, in when we were in Vrindavan, I was not able to understand the importance of Dham where I am in. And the last 3 days, I wanted to utilize each and every moment. And for me, like last day was so much intense that I don't want to go. And then when in the last Krishna Sarpan Krishna Prabhuji was with us because it was the last day. On the fourth day he was telling us that living in Dham is also like we can't spend much of our time in Dham. So whatever we have been here, it is good because we can't live, because we don't know how to be in Dham. So whatever days we will be here, it is fine. So I was remembering that yes, it is better to go for, but we'll always cherish the association of devotees. And when we were in Nidhivan, I remember uh, Prabhuji was so much taking care of all of us, and there were a lot of crowd coming up. And I have realized that this is the power of devotees. We all were in the same queue. We all were um, holding the hands and going to the uh, take the darshan. We took the darshan and we were like we sat there. It's not that we were taking the darshan and we were going. The last time, in the last time it was Kartik Mas. During this time also it was so much crowded. But when we sat there and I was thinking like this time we'll not get chance to sit in the place where we sat the last time. But then we sat there and there were people who were putting some colors and all those things at the back. And I was thinking like now we want to go and the colors will come out. I was thinking like this, and then then Prabhuji said, "You just all chant." Like I was thinking in that mind, and then suddenly Amrishpur said, you all can chant here." And after chanting, when I was thinking like when we will get that bangles and everything, and when we got the bangles, Mataji, Purnapagna Mataji gave us the bangles. Who want to take this prasad and the mehendi and everything? So when we took that, and Prabhuji said, this is given only because the devotees come here and they need something, so this is given. But the only thing which is we need to take from here is that chanting is the main thing which is important. It's not about that the things which we are getting from here. And I was thinking, yes, this is something which we will be taking it, but then I should remember that chanting is the most important thing. And this is the thing which in every conversation, Amrish Prabhuji, Krishna Prabhu, and everyone repeated. Mataji said, everyone was repeating the same thing. That means I should be thinking in that my mind that all those things which are happening is only because the chanting has to be purified. Then on the same day when we were in the beginning of day 5, when we went to Govindevji temple, last time I was I was not well. I was not able to go fully and take the darshan. But this time I prayed a lot and I was taking the darshan. I was noting each and everything, and Prabhuji said that now you can take the Charnamat, and we all were taking because Pradyum Prabhu and other devotees have mentioned the last time that we we have taken the Charnamat, and you don't have to take the Charnamat. Prabhuji, when Prabhuji says, then only you should take it. So I was noticing, and the darshan was so nice that I'm still like was thinking that when we were in Jaipur, it was different. Whatever Pradyum Prabhu mentioned, that the only difference here was the devotee association. I was uh, it was very much important that time. And then when we went to I was thinking like this time we'll get the darshan of Radha Raman, Shri Radha Raman, but this time also we couldn't get it. And that was I was thinking that now there has to be some other plan. And suddenly Rishroji mentioned that now we have to go to Gopinathji temple. And I was thinking the song which we like the kirtan which we have heard in the um, Radha Kund, Gopinath Madana Mohan. So then when we went to Gopinathji temple and the pujari was saying, I was remembering the points which Rishroji mentioned in Nandagaon, that we have to be very cautious while listening. So I was thinking like, but what we need to listen, that is also important. So I was not even taking into my ear that whatever he is saying, but I was having a lot of questions. I was thinking like I should be asking or not. I was thinking like then I was hearing the conversation that Pradyum Prabhu and Amrish Prabhuji was having. I was thinking like okay, that's fine. I should be okay with whatever, and everything will be revealed at the moment it is. Then from there, when we went to have our lunch in Jaipuri Bhavan, and Mataji, Mataji was, I was, I was so much like when all the devotees, they were walking, and Prabhuji said to Mataji that you can take rickshaw and you can go. I was thinking like now this is the best time that I should sit with Mataji, and I will not be able to walk. That I was knowing it this much because it will be very far. We were not knowing how much distance it is, but still I was thinking like this will be very very much far. And when I sat with Mataji, I was thinking like I've got everything. Like it's that's something. It was very much intense. Mataji was she was enjoying each and everything, and she was like, yes, Mataji, now we need to take the photos. She was very much enthusiastic, and now I was remembering Srila Prabhupada's words, enthusiasm is very important. This is how, when we are in Dham, we should be very much enthusiastic, but very much careful as well. And I was seeing the example here. Then she said there was a rickshawala, and she was saying we all went to Jaipuri Bhavan before the devotees reached, and he said can you give me some extra money, I want to eat kachori. I said, what should I do now? And then Mataji came up and she said, you give it, Mataji, because I was not knowing I should give it or not. And then Mataji came and she said, Mataji, you just give the money and I will give it to you. I said, Mataji, no, that's not the problem. But I was not sure I should give it or not. And then I saw the happiness in that rickshawala, and Mataji said, yeah, in Dham we should not. So I was thinking of the same point, and then as soon as Krishna Prabhu reached, and he said, Mataji told him that just give the money to Shrishti Mataji. She was very much quickly, because she wanted like this is the right thing, and I was noticing everything. I'll not be able to understand the things properly, but I was trying that yes, this is what I should be. Then when we went to Jaipuri Bhavan, the food we were eating, it was so nice that I was thinking like why we went to MVT and why we went to ISKCON. That this food was, and but back of my mind I was thinking like why this Jaipuri Bhavan, why not other places Roji went? And this was the same question we all devotees were thinking of, like why this Bhavan, why Jaipuri Bhavan? We were not knowing about the location, and Divyanshi Mataji was finding out that location in the maps, and we were still not knowing about the location. And why Roji went there? And but it was then, after going back, I was realizing that uh, this is all what devotees we will not be able to understand until and unless we are not pure, like because it was so nice, and we were just contemplating from our mind. And after that, when we went to, I thought we'll go to hotel, each one of us were thinking like we'll go to hotel, and then Amrish Roji, and we'll leave all of them. And I was thinking like now this is the last time, and then Prabhuji said if you have any questions you can ask, this is the right time. I was seeing that how much time and energy and everything Prabhuji is giving to us, that he was always caring, and he was always asking that when as soon as you all reach there, you should message us. So much of care which we have never seen in the material world. Like there are a lot of people, until unless our parents and our family members, nobody is so much caring. And when I hugged Mataji, like, and Mataji, it was something like I don't want to go now. I'll not be able to forget all those moments and the association of the devotees. It was so nice, and obviously I'll not be able to. I was praying a lot to to come to this yatra, because it was very much difficult. And when it was ending, I was thinking like next year I'll be able to come or not. Due to some or the other situation, will it be possible? I don't want to take, because I've already wasted my 2 days in the beginning in Vrindavan with my own ego. So it was so nice. Thank you so much, His Grace Amrish Guruji, His Her Grace Purna Bhagna Mataji, and His Grace Krishna Sampan Krishna Prabhuji, and thank you to His Grace Avinash Prabhuji and Her Grace Saraswati Mataji for training us. And thank you to all the devotees for tolerating. Thank you so much. Dham Yatra ki jai.
Hare Krishna. Yes, it was very wonderful, and it was very intense. It was very nice for us. All of you were so nice devotees, and so nicely trained by Hare Krishna Saraswati Mataji and His Grace Avinash Krishna Prabhu. Very wonderful. We had a very wonderful time with all of you. We didn't even realize that we were not well or whatever the shortcomings were. And time just flew. We couldn't go to many places. Yes. Um, uh, but I was happy that we could go to the three temples. Actually, more temples. We completed most of them, and um, yeah, this is part of the Sambandha, Abhidheya, and Prayojana process of bhakti. We'll come to that when Srila Gurudev and Srila Prabhupada will want us to. There's a process of bhakti, and there are three important deities for it, and one requires spiritual master's guidance to get that connection, sambandha. You know? So, and then prayojana and abhidheya. These are how one's relationship is established. Then one is convinced about it. And because these are eternal relationship with the deities, with Krishna. You know? So he said this that Sai sarva vedera abhidheya nama sadhana bhakti hoite haya premira udgama. So by practicing this regulated devotional service under the direction of the spiritual master, certainly one awakens his dormant love of Godhead. This process is abhidheya. So there are three processes. I'll just give you brief one sentence points. One is sambandha. My suggestion is that do not go online and search all those things. Just listen now. When it comes to your reading, you read. Otherwise, there are a lot of things written on this. Many write, but better we qualify for this. But I would not be reading this if I didn't want you to understand. So by the practice of devotional service, beginning with hearing and chanting, impure heart of a conditioned soul is purified. And thus he can understand his eternal relationship with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This eternal relationship is described by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Jivera Swarupa Hoye, Krishna Nitya Das. The living entity is an eternal servitor of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So the first point is when one is convinced about this relationship, this is called sambandha. And then one acts on this relationship is abhidheya. And the next step is prayojana siddhi, or fulfillment of the ultimate goal of one's life. So if one can understand his relationship with the Supreme Personality of Godhead and act accordingly, automatically his mission of life in life is fulfilled. So this is very important, and this is what basically was discussed with the Panda there. And that's what I was saying, that I had asked this question many moons ago to somebody else. And he said the same thing, there is no need for one has. I said, how can one live where they're living and come and live in Vrindavan and establish a relationship with the deities? Because each of the deities represent those relationships. Shri Radha, Madan Mohan, Shri Radha Govindji, Shri Radha Gopinath. So they explained, no. So you have to cultivate this with your sadhana. And same thing this particular person was saying. So he was quite, I think he's Gaudiya Vaishya, he's from the uh, Gaudiya Vaishya Sampradaya. Not exactly with us, but Gaudiya Vaishya is us only. Sampradaya. You see, they look different, their dress is different to us, but the philosophy is same. But we have to be a little careful. Not about not listening, I'm saying how much and what to. So that was the point where all of you asked that, well, what were we talking about this, that, I said, yeah, this is, you will understand as you study. Because this question should come from your own heart to you, which it came in my heart when I was studying. So I asked next time when I went to Vrindavan, and same thing this person said, that this is a relationship. It's not that you come to take darshan and you get the relationship. Is what he said. It has to be developed, which is correct. This is how our mood is exactly the same thing. Like going taking darshan, I mean, what did you achieve? What did you achieve? Of course, deity darshan purifies you, no doubt about it, 100%. If the deities are bona fide deities, authorized deities, especially in this Dham, and then these the deities, main deities. But as I said, people who come are not, they're more of the tourist kind. So you see they are going to Radharaman and all those things. But these temples are not very prominent. Here only those who are very much attached to bhakti and want to develop bhakti will spend time in these places. There was nobody there. And Radharaman, you couldn't even enter. He said Radharaman temple. That doesn't mean that was wrong. It is less. It's very great. Radharaman temple is fantastic. It's very great. It's all Sampradaya too. But this is how the relationship is on it. And it is Krishna's will. Saying Radharaman temple, I have a wish to go at a particular time. I think the Guru Maharaj will allow at that particular time only when we go, not at other times when it's convenient. There is one particular time when I want to go. Very special time. Yeah. And if this is what Guru Maharaj Krishna wants, we'll go. Yeah, but this is the point where I said that you will understand as you study, you understand the sambandha, abhidhaya, prayojana, those relationships, and what are the deities' functions, and why are those deities' functions? How is it related to Krishna's Sat, Chit, and Ananda? At what stage is Sat, what is Chit, what is Ananda in these three relationships? So it's very deep. Don't think bhakti is very simple. One has to study very, very deep. In the Chit Shakti, there are different elements with which we perform bhakti. Yeah. And yeah. So we did all those which are needed. Krishna's Astakaliya Leela, we went there quietly, we did our sadhana there quietly. Of course, we were not perfect, and we had our own limitations. I had my own limitations. I have my own limitations. It's not perfect. But somehow or other, Srimati Radharani had invited us, has allowed us to come, not invited us, allowed us, gate crashing for me to come. And yeah, we just thought that um, we should look at some other places also for prasad and see how we are treated. And the treatment could be a little different. So I'm glad you found the treatment to be different. And that's why we made walk. This time I made you walk so much, man. So much. Vrindavan, you should walk, Guru Maharaj says. In small Kunj gullies, you must walk. We walked and walked and walked. Parikrama, we walked 10 kilometers. This was walked. For food prasada, we walked. There we walked. Coming out, we walked. Last day, we walked. From there, we walked and walked and walked and walked. And then you can have. This was also prasada was nearly finished. These people, it was over. If you'd come earlier on time, you could have had better. But that's fine. It was perfect. Oh, I happy enjoyed. Even with my restrictions, I said no ghee and all that. They were happy not to give me ghee, which was satisfied. Thank you very much. And I say, what is this? Not having ghee, must have ghee. I said, don't do it. I hope they'll not argue with me. Said they did not. It was very wonderful. Half the thing what they spoke, I didn't understand. And I am sure all of you understood very well. So it was very nice. And yeah, so next time I'm sure where I'm going to live. I'm not going to live where I lived this time. It's up to you. You want to live where I want to live. Raise your hands, you want to live in the same place if you live today, this time. Up to you. I will go somewhere else. Yeah, that's perfectly all right. Huh? Is it okay if we live somewhere else? Or you want to live here? We can live here. Anyway, all glories to all, everyone. All glories. Braj Bhumi is a very, very special place. You get karma straight away, reactions. It's very important you go with somebody because most of the time we can't do what others can do. Don't even dream of doing what others have done. The sadhana is very powerful. The bhakti is very powerful. It's absolutely fantastic. Everything of Vrindavan is is fantastic. Everything of Mayapur is fantastic. We have not taken you there, so Krishna willing, when the time is right, if what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu allows, Guru Maharaj allows, then we will go there too. Yeah. And yeah, more people are coming, which is very good. I think more of it's through because of the videos, nowadays in their YouTube they say. So there is people want to come and they promote some of the temples only. So there's more rush there. And people are rushing to take darshan and they go and like they take 1 second darshan and they go. That's what happened with our um Sriyodhya Dham Yatra also. We just take 1 second darshan, we went there, so we were not satisfied. So we were sitting out and crying. We went back again. That's why Lord Ram called us again. He said, come and take darshan now, fools. And satisfied now is Ram, the Lord. Here, satisfied seeing me, I'm happy and here. Yes, yes, thank you very much. Now we go. That's when the policeman woman said, "Ho gaya na." This time it was nicely. Now you must go now. Because we were crying there also, seeing Lord Ram for a long time. Next time we went there crying and watching. And after a lot of time, they said, now you must go. I said, yes, thank you very much. I told everybody, now we must go now. This is enough. And then also perfect timing, no rush. It's evening time, moonlight, super. We don't know whether we can get this opportunity again. Absolutely brilliant. The evening time, the night time, it was a bit cooler, you know. It was so nice. Is it not so? It was so nice. So all this, as I request, I always do for myself. We try to remember when we're chanting. You don't require big crowd for it. This is how festival happens in your heart. Guru Maharaj says no. That Krishna consciousness is very like a festival in your heart. You don't have to show people. You don't have to tell people. Just sitting quietly and you can meditate, you can chant. So yes, that's what we try to do. That's what Guru Maharaj have been very merciful on us. With all my limitations, all your personal sadhana, we could have the opportunity and yeah. We don't know when we'll get the opportunity again. Hare Krishna. Srila Gurudev ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Now, I would request Krishna Das to please stop the live stream now, and we'll have the last class, last